Make sure that you don't put yourself at a disadvantage before you've even taken your swing. The more I work with players, and we work with players of all ages, you'll notice players will get into the box. And some players will get in a different way every time and stand in a different spot every time. And some players will just put themselves in a really poor position right off the bat. They'll either be so close to the plate, a lot of them don't even realize it, they'll be so close to the plate that they're automatically putting themselves at a disadvantage on certain pitches. Other players will be so far away from the plate, same thing, they put themselves at a disadvantage on certain pitches. For me, the goal is that we've got to put ourselves in the box in a position to be able to cover as much of the plate as possible. Now, every hitter is going to hit certain pitches better than others, right? Everyone has their own unique swing. Some players may hit the ball slightly in better. Some hitters might hit the ball slightly away better. Some hitters might hit the ball slightly up better, slightly down better. But I want to make sure that I'm not putting myself in a position where I cannot hit a certain pitch. So we'll see players that get in there, and their feet are on the white line essentially, and sometimes they don't even know that they're there, and they say, "Yeah, I really struggle on that inside pitch. I just feel like I just pull off and I hook everything, and I just can't hit it." Well, did you ever think that the spot that you're putting yourself in by standing here is making it basically impossible to get to that pitch? And your body knows, I can't get to that pitch. Umpire keeps calling strike 3 on me when I take it, or keeps calling a strike when I take it, but I can't get there. So my only feeling of getting there is to yank off, to spin off, and then I hook the ball foul, or I roll over to third over and over and over again. That's not a swing problem, in my opinion. You're putting yourself in a horrible position to be able to handle that pitch. And maybe you handle this pitch, and I actually see this a lot because a lot of players, especially coaches at younger levels, the umpire sometimes will call a strikeout here. And to combat that, players are like, well, then I'm just going to stand on top of the plate to take that pitch away. Well, now they can't hit anything in here. So they can hit this pitch okay, and then they're going to try to battle on this pitch, which isn't even a strike. And yes, you will get that called sometimes depending on your level. But I always think that I want to try to be able to cover as much as, and most players can't cover the 17 inches of the plate anyway, but I want to be able to cover as much of the plate as I possibly can. So be cognizant of where you stand in the box. That's the first thing. Get in the box and make sure that you're not putting yourself at a disadvantage. And for me, it's as simple as when I get in the box, everyone has their own little way of doing it. Like some players come in, they tap the outside part of the plate, tap the inside part. Some players will tap both. Some players will tap the back edge. Wherever it is, I don't think there's a way that you have to do it. But I do know when you see a player get into the box and they tap, essentially what they're doing is they're aware of where they are in the box. So like whenever I got into the box right here and I tapped the plate, that's just making me aware, okay, I'm in the right spot. Like if I got into the box randomly one time and I got in back, too far back here, and I reached down the top, oh, wait a minute. That's what I can't hit that pitch. Like I would never be able to get in the box and get in here and go, oh, something's wrong there because, oh, okay, let's go anyways. I have no chance to hit the outside pitch right now. Right, so for me, I get in the box, and I've done it so many times that I can kind of get in without having to do that. But I still get in. I touch the plate. Okay, I know I can cover the entire plate from right here. Let's go. And every player is different. Like I said, some players have really long levers. You're big and tall and long, and so you can cover this part of the plate easier. So you might stand a little bit further off the plate. And there might be other players that are built a little bit more squatty with shorter levers, and maybe you get on the plate a little bit more because you can make these really quick, tight turn with your hands and arms because your levers are really, really short, and so maybe you get on the plate a little bit more. Right? So everyone is going to be a little bit different, but we can't be putting ourselves in a position. We had a player last week on the white line. Coach, I really struggle with everything in. No kidding. And it's really easy to see the players that are way off the plate. Coach, I can't hit anything away. Well, you're standing 16 feet off of the plate. So let's make sure every time we get in, either touch the back part of the plate or the furthest part of the plate right here. Make sure I can cover that without having to do this, right? Because I'm not going to do that in a game. So put myself in a spot where I can, all right, I got that. This feels comfortable. I'm not too close where I'm tied up. I feel like if I need to, I can turn my barrel and get to that inside pitch. Now I'm ready to go. And now I'm giving myself a chance. So just watch out for that if you're a player, if you're a coach. A lot of young players have no idea where they're standing in the box. Some do, but a lot have no idea. They don't realize it until you make them aware. And it sounds really, really simple and basic and elementary, but it really starts from there. If you don't put yourself in a good position from when you put your foot in the box, well, everything else is going to be more difficult. And you're putting yourself at a disadvantage right away. So hopefully that makes sense. If you want to learn more about the swing, check out the description box down below. We got a whole bunch of courses down there. I start with building the elite swing. We cover the 4 core principles of the swing, really break down the mechanics of the swing. I think you'll really, really enjoy that. So check that out. If not, I've got like 1,000 videos on YouTube, probably a few more than that, but check that out as well. That's all we got. Thanks so much. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and we'll talk to you later.